Hi everyone, it's Andy Glenn here from Solway TV, and I'm joined again by the main man himself. It's only Jamie Thomson. Jamie, how you doing?
Good, Andy. I'm really good. How are you, mate?
All right, I'm doing away. How's the golf?
Golf's good. Golf game's in good order right now. Probably last another fortnight before it falls apart for the rest of the season. So quite happy with that. Yeah.
What are you playing off these days?
Between kind of 7 and 9, run a bit. It kind of fluctuates from time to time, but yeah, no, good enough. I'm happy with that.
And all these new signings that we've got, a lot of them are golfers as well, all looking to be claiming about a stroke a hole from what I've picked up from them, eh?
I think we both know how golf in this club goes, Andy. They'll be getting watched first before there's any negotiations happen. But let's be honest, they're all liars, right? So
I'm I'm not having that because every person I've spoke to so far during this signing is I thought they've been lovely guys. I don't believe they would lie.
oh no, there's no malice in it. When it comes to sports, there's a few of them that like to bend the truth. The only one I'll probably get past is Stents because he's just no very good at all. But the rest of them are all right.
Ah, but he's
Yeah.
he's new to the game, and he only really took it up last season.
He only plays every now and again. He plays in the summer, but he'll get good. But there's a few boys need watched.
Well, we're not here to talk about golf. We're here mainly
No.
to talk about the alumni game and the fantastic support that players, fans, sponsors, everybody's given to it this year, haven't they?
Yeah, I'm kind of overwhelmed actually, Andy, which for me is kind of that doesn't happen very often. That was last year we only managed to do the golf day, obviously because ice rink was shut, which was tough, disappointing after I think that was the fourth year, something like that I
Yeah.
started it 4 years ago. So this will be year five. Um, but the take up's been fantastic this year. We have at the minute 49 ex-players coming, 47 of them actually dressing in the game, which is sounds a lot, but a lot of them don't, only play a bit here and there. Some names from as far back as 1998, some team members from this year and from next year. Um, so it's been really, really good and more so as ever from the fans. Th This is put on. Not by the club, not by it. It's kind of me that hosts this weekend. And usually, if I'm honest, I put a couple of quid into it every year myself. But so this year, I thought I'd try something different, try to get to break even. So we produced a one-off top. And I thought, well, if I try and sell half of them at least, we might do all right at it. But and we've only got five left,
Which is
which
great.
and that's after like 72 hours, and yes, like we don't make we're not making much money off them. We've done them really, really cheap. But that wasn't the point. The point was to get the guys to wear them, to give the fans something that they could buy at a relatively decent price. But then also, I think each shirt sold, I think it raised us a bit between 5 and 10 quid. That covers the ice time cost for putting on the game. It's been a massive help, just a small thing like that. But blown away by the response to those, quite amazing. But then maybe no when you see what our fans are like.
But the jerseys themselves are really nice looking, and you say they've got every logo that's been on for the past while as well, haven't they?
Every logo, so all the transition from 1998 all the way right up to Solway Ice Hockey Club this year are all included. Um, we went with the new S on the front as as our kind of that's where we're going to go with this year. So we thought we'll put the new modern one on the front. Managed to get a good sponsor from the company that I work for, Stored Tech down in London, so they've took the title sponsor on that. That's helped massively. But they're beautiful. I think they're really, really nice. Hercules up in Glasgow produced them for us, um, which he's done some bits and pieces for the SNL team, and I really liked what he'd done. And for like we have a really good supplier for the main team in 5-on-3, and they're stretched. So, Fraser and the guys there have jumped in and helped us do this and done a great job. So. Aye, it's been great, and the jerseys, they look great in design. I'm pretty sure they'll be even better when we see them in real life.
So you say there's just seven left. So any fans watching this, how
Aye,
would
so
they be able to get?
five.
Well, there's just
So
been five.
five. Yeah, I just checked there again. So there's only five. So there's five for sale.
And
And
how
if they
do
want
fans
them,
get
just
them?
get in touch with me.
Yep.
So my numbers, posters all over the internet. My numbers all over the official Supporters Club page and Facebook as well. Just WhatsApp me, email me, and put them together. So we've got Chris Black's number 10, Ewan Simpson, the goalie's number 33, Kyle Horn, number 5, Malcolm Anderson, 66, and Mark Fowley, number 34, all available.
And these are one-offs,
So
aren't they? That's it.
Oh no, there's only one jersey. I mean, there'll be one in this game signed by the player and handed over to their new owner, and that's it. If next year will be a new jersey again, and we're not going to sell them every year because I don't want to have it gimmicky and all the rest of it. Next year we'll probably, find a way to raise money and maybe just keep them for a couple of years because, like we kept the first one we just 5 years ago. The boys kept them because it was as a thank you for coming. So. Aye, so this is a one-off. You can only buy them once. There is only one of them. There's no replicas. There's no anything else. So yeah, it's a chance to wear a one-off top. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say this is the highlight of the weekend, but knowing how many players and how many fans enjoy the golf, I don't know if it's the highlight of the weekend. But tell me how the weekend's going again.
Yeah, so the weekends this week is looking really big. So we've got 70 golfers at the minute. Usually we have about 40, 50. So we've got 70 golfers on the Friday. That's been the Crichton Golf Club. As you know, I'm a big supporter of that place. They've been fantastic with us hosting it again. Craig Patterson for the Club Bar Ones helping us out with deals on food and stuff throughout the day, keep the boys lubricated, should we say. And then a big shout to the Waverley Bar and Dumfries. They've sponsored the majority of the prizes for the golf day. But yeah, I mean it's really been really popular. I think we've got 16 or 17 teams of 4 players this year. So that'll be the Friday, and then we all gather in the Waverley Bar for the prize giving and have a few beers. A lot of the old players arrive on Friday. Just relax, tell us old stories that we told last year and the year before and the year before that. And then on Saturday, the game is in the middle of the afternoon in the Ice Bowl. Tickets are only a fiver. Um, I think we've sold about 120 of those or something like that at the minute. They're available online. The link again's been shared by the OSC and other places. You could be able to pay on the door when you turn up as well. But I mean, if we go with that with the players, guests, and the tickets we sold, we could end up with 400 or 500 people at the game for an Alumni game, which should be amazing. And I'll have a couple of things on that day that fans love the chance to win something pretty special, and on the day as well as a thank you for coming. So aye, so I mean that's it, and then Saturday night we'll have a wee party, and the rink staff and the volunteers and you guys all get invited to that, and then we have a wee chill out and that before the business starts a couple of weeks later, and this is our last kind of time to relax before the boys get really into the serious stuff, and it's yeah, and it's turned into just such a great weekend, Andy. So I'm really thankful for it.
Remind me of the dates again, Jamie.
So the golf is the game, and the most important thing is the game. So that's Saturday, the 8th of August, in Dumfries Ice Bowl. I might be wrong. I think it's at 3 o'clock, but it's around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, and fans are just welcome to come along. The more the merrier.
Right, fiver on the door for adults. Kids are free. More the merrier. Bring them in. Yeah,
And is it true that
perfect.
you've never been beaten in this fixture?
I actually think that is true, but then people always say that, well, you pick the teams, but this year ChatGPT picked the teams, so it wasn't me, and I took a video of it as well. So
And what was
the
the
level of
command?
trust that the
What was
level
the
of trust in our organisation, Andy, is at an all-time low, and I'm like the accusations have been fierce. So I thought I'll record this.
But I can imagine the prompt for ChatGPT. ChatGPT, pick me some random teams, but make sure I'm in the best one.
I just made sure that I was in this. The only thing I did do is made sure I was in the same team as Bailey and my brother. That was it. Everything else is pure random.
We can
Honestly, Your Honour.
we can understand that. So let's see if we can keep the 100% record running for you.
Winning these games, I don't give a shit about. We've got 50 plus games about winning.
Remember when you talked to me about earlier on about sportsmen and golf and lion and all the rest of it because you're sportsmen, because no
Aye.
sportsman wants to lose. So I'm just
No.
not buying it, Jamie. Sorry.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't like hockey games, fun hockey games, no about golf's a different thing altogether. But see.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, it's going to be good fun. They're always good
I can
fun.
give you some. I'll give you well before I'll give you some names, will I? Because like
Yeah, go for the names.
some random name, like some big, like pretty big players over the years are coming, and there's actually a lot of the guys that usually come can't make it, like Pavel and Gapin.
So who's
So
in
Andy
your,
Crichton,
who's in your
Bailey.
team?
We'll not go teams yet.
Oh, we're not in
Um,
teams yet.
Bailey Thompson, Barry McKenzie, Ben Edmonds, who's the captain of Aberdeen now, Bobby Chalmers, Callum Hepburn, the two Hamill brothers, Chris Gracie, Duncan Spears, Gary Russell, Gordon Horn, Joe Coulter, Johnny McBean, Jonathan Yancey, Kel Beattie, Kyle Carruth, Kyle Horn, Mark Gallagher, Richard Bentham, Peanut, Ross Murray, Scott Henderson, Stuart Kerr, Tommy Ball. Like, there's some big names on there.
Yeah, and it's a lot of current players as well, which means it's going to
A
be a
lot of
bit
current players now,
faster
which is great.
than
And that's really important to because it shows them what being part of this club's all about.
100%.
So I like them being here. I like them taking part and find out. And testament to players like Johnny and Cammy Hamill and Carter and them coming back. You know when they're no longer here, that shows you young boys buy into it. And you know once you're part of this, then you know it's with you forever. You know.
Absolutely. Well, I'm really looking forward to it, I have to say. Oh, it's always a great weekend, isn't it?
It is. It's a great weekend. No, I really look forward to it. You know, once I get the organisation part of it out the way and get a time to relax, which is usually about 5:30 on the Saturday, I usually have a great weekend from there on.
Well, the question is, are you going to be able to relax because you've still got such a lot of work to do with Solway? Because, well, let's be honest, you guys have to put in a power of work to get to where we are right here, right now, haven't you?
Aye, there's been a lot of work, Andy. It's obviously time's been against us. Um, it's been a major team effort. I mean, I've been concentrating solely on getting the team organised with Martin, getting the players' contracts signed, getting the team together, squad, booking the travel, sorting the fixtures, all that stuff, equipment with team, stuff like that. So everyone's ready to go, booking the boys' flights, but mainly getting the team together. And I'm really happy where the team is. You'll have met them. We haven't released all of them yet, I think, when we've recorded this, but a fair chunk of them. And I think everybody will agree that the team's shaping up really nicely. I think our imports are the strongest imports we've had in this club. I think signing Dersh as our goalie is a real statement for us as a club. And he fits into our profile as a really good person, as are the other guys that we've signed and the two returnees, Johnny and Ollie. They couldn't be any better, So we now have five. We now have five characters like that, in our group, which will rub off on these young boys and teach them how to be a pro and teach them how to win. And I think our culture and mentality within that dressing room will be stronger than ever this year. I really do. I think I've said this before, but we'll take it a game at a time, and there's no pressure on this squad this year. But I think they will perform better than any team we've put together before.
Well, the young lads that you talked about, there are a lot of them that have played for SNL. They're stepping up, and they have just got some fantastic role models now to learn off, and some
Yeah,
real good skaters. I mean, did you have that when you were a young man learning
it was
hockey?
hugely important to us, Andy. Like I probably wouldn't have played for as long, and certainly not in the teams that I played for, if I hadn't had that when I was 15, 16, growing up. Lucky to play with some amazing players, Brits and imports, and that really does rub off on you. And they were really hard on you back then as well, and it was, you really had to earn their respect and get it that way. Um, but I really, Dylan, Bailey, Owen, even Lewis Young and Scotty and these boys, they'll learn from these.
Yeah.
They'll make them better players, So, it can only be a good thing. Harry has an amazing opportunity to work with a top class goalie who's won silverware in the top school in America, like NCAA is no joke, and Dash is a champion. So like
And Harry
here's
gets to
the
play as well, doesn't he? He's going to have to
Harry
play.
gets Harry get he'll get his chance and he'll get to train with him and rub off on him and he'll take that compete level that Harry already has and Dash and teach him the rest. And so we're in a really good place and I think the whole thing's got a good feeling about it. Yeah, stressful. Loads of work still to do. We still need more sponsors, but we've got the whole year to bring stuff in. We don't need it all up front. From a start, we're in a pretty good space, and I think we've done well with the time that we've had. I think we really have.
And lastly, before we stop, some real good pre-season games as well against well, you've got a good link with Blackburn and always those three teams in 6 matches. That gives us a
Aye.
really good start compared to last season for sure.
Well, I think we could have went a run down the park and it would have given us a better run than last year. But um, like Edinburgh being the best team in the SNL, Blackburn winning their league respectively. So the top two lower league teams, a lot of experience in both of those squads, imports in both of them, a lot of former National League players. So there'll be no pushovers and give us a really good run out. And then we play Sheffield, but then we play them soon after that in the cup in the league as well. Um, but it'll give us a good run out. Yeah, at that point, wins and losses are important, but not as important as getting the minutes in the legs, working on systems, giving Martin a chance to see who needs to adjust to what, and it'll be invaluable because we've never had a camp like that before in the last 3 years. So 6 preseason games, then a whole weekend of camp and stuff like that to go through bits and bobs before the business comes, hit the ground running, no excuses. We'll be ready to go. And I've probably said this before, like the whole team is flying in for that week commencing 16th of August. So it's not like pre-season before where it's just the Brits, then the imports land later, and the whole team's landing early. And shout to the director and the board for backing that because obviously they have to start paying the wages earlier,
Yeah.
but they've done that to allow the team to get in early as a unit and really go for it. So I mean you couldn't. There's no better way to start. It's impossible to get a better preseason camp, I think, for us at this time.
I'm going to ask you a horrible question then. Is there anything that you feel that we are lacking in going into this new season
What in terms of in the team?
in terms of anything?
Well, I suppose there's still a cloud hanging over. I'm still really worried about people being able to afford to come to games.
Yeah.
That really worries me, and that really affects our budget and our forecast going forward. Um, Having said that, fans have been excellent, and we're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, so that worries me. But in terms of lacking, I don't think we're lacking anything. We could do with some more coverage locally. Like I'll have the press are still emailing me now about bits and pieces, but it's the most coverage we've ever had. When something goes wrong, they love
Yeah,
it. But
everybody wants to
so
know.
so maybe some local coverage would be great. But in terms of the team, the support, and certainly ours, I don't think we're lacking anything. I think we're good.
Well, that's a real positive for all fans to hear. Fans, you're hearing this, you've got to get along, support the team in the alumni game, the alumni weekend, first of all. But then we've got the best chance of getting a real good start in this league, and we need folk coming along to the pre-season games and getting the season tickets, don't we?
Absolutely, Andy. But bums on seats as early as possible this year is critical to this team doing better, doing well. We can't have low crowds till Christmas and then full because we'll end up in the same situation we've been in before. Bums on seats is what drives success of this team. When the crowds go up, the boys' backs go up, the performances turn, the atmosphere's better, everything. So major support, loads of noise from the get go. If come as soon as you can afford it, and if and when you can afford it, come and support them. Makes a massive difference, Andy. Like, I mean, you see it yourself when that crowd's up at 900, 1,000, and the noise and the bit, and it's the team. I mean, it lifts them. It's like having another player on the ice. So, aye, that's going to be vital to us this year. Getting as many people in the building as possible every week.
Yeah, if I could make that plea to fans as well, if you watch some of my interviews, certainly Johnny Jansis, he's one of the guys that like he came back
Loves it.
because he came back because of you guys, the fans, coming along, supporting him, making it
Right.
special. And who knows what buddies he's bringing over with him this year, eh?
Well, who knows? Look, I firmly believe that Johnny was the best input in the league last year. I think he'll still be one of the top quality imports, and it was the easiest deal that I did this year, and that's all down to the fans and the atmosphere and the building and the team and stuff like that. And he was never not coming back. So yeah.
Yeah, some things are more than money. It's about atmosphere and feeling loved and the whole element of it. So, Solway
Aye.
fans, you've got a part to play in this, and we need as many people along as soon as possible. And show the love, show us a good Scottish welcome, and make the
Yeah.
place really intimidating to come and visit for the
Uh,
games.
I just had like what I would like as well. We'll probably do this later on. Is we'll have a Q&A with the fans and stuff nearer the season somewhere when the rink's open. I really want them to give us ideas of what we could do. What do you want? What do you want us to do after match night? Like the interviews and that were great, but and the OSC do bingo and the race nights and that's great. Was there anything else that we've missed? Well, just like throw some ideas at us because the more fan interaction we can get this season, the better. And we're more than willing to do as much as we possibly can. But I want to organise it. I don't want it to be last minute and stuff. You know, I want to get it planned. So start throwing your ideas at the official supporters club is what I would say and feed them through that way, and they'll all come back to us. So yeah, that'd be great.
Absolutely. I guess it's a lot's going to be down to getting the bar open and the cafe open and things like that. People will have seen adverts out in social media for tenders and
Work
all
in
the rest of it, and
progress.
that's the process, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The closing date for that's July the 31st. I'm working very closely with the council. I'm really hopeful of a solution or something that to have that open for when the game starts. It's a vital part of game night. Yeah.
Well, thank you for spending the time chat with me, Jamie, and good luck for the alumni game. But the last word, as always, will go to you.
I think I've repeated this many, many times. You know, especially the alumni game and the preseason games, you know, I've been overwhelmed with just the reaction from our fans this summer. And I know it's been really, really difficult, but it just shows how loyal and how much they love it. And if there's anything that I can do or the team can do to help anybody or, you know, any suggestions or whatever, or anything you need to facilitate you get into games, we make sure you let me know. And if we can make it happen, we'll make it happen.
Well, thanks, Jamie, and thanks to everyone who's tuned in to watch this. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and do me a favour, hit that notification bell as well. It helps the algorithm grow the channel. It's appreciated. This is Andy and Jamie saying cheerio.